What's up, everybody? Just a nice Saturday afternoon. 1 week from East versus West 18 in Chicago. It's going to get pretty hectic around here. I think we're going to jump in the car and drive down there on Monday. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. I figured now is a great time just to go over all the matches. We'll do polls. We'll see what everybody thinks. So anything you guys want to talk about? I got a little bit of time here before I gotta do a few things today, but pretty much just excited about 1 week from now. Lots of people already on here. See some pretty funny questions. I definitely want I'd want a dog's head for sure. Dog's head is the way to go. Okay, we're just gonna bang this thing off. I know there's like an order to do this and everything, but we're just gonna go right to the very top because that's the match. Hermes. Okay, I know that there's supposed to be an order and you're supposed to talk about the undercards and work your way up, but not me. I want to talk about this one right off the bat. I'll talk about most of the matches, but this is the one. I woke up this morning and I saw
the sport of arm wrestling. The world witnessed an era where kings clashed, each vying to claim the title of the one true king. From the chaos of endless battles, a single ruler emerged, unmatched in strength, his power a force unseen by any before him. One by one, the mightiest kings rose to challenge him. And one by one,
Dino, you wild, buddy. You wild.
As the strongest arm wrestler to ever walk the earth, he conquered all who dared oppose him.
Man, it's fucking Levon.
One warrior, a legendary gladiator, came closer than any to breaking his reign.
This is gonna be awesome.
Adorned with the golden gauntlet, the sacred emblem of absolute supremacy, the king stands ready, awaiting the day when the gladiator returns to test his might once more and decide the fate of kings.
Man, I woke up, I saw that, and I was like, wow. I'm like super hype. Super hype. What a big match. Anytime Levon arm wrestles, it's a big deal. It's the #1 guy in the world. And it's not just that, really. He's the most dominant. Like, that video was super cool. I love AI. It's getting better and better. You know, his legacies. Levon, I don't know if anybody's going to beat this guy. Seriously, like, who's going to beat this guy? Anyways, Hermes. Hermes is up. And, you know, Hermes was so surprising last time, right? He fucking got that. He did an amazing match. And you know, you can't argue with how awesome that match was. And if you want to talk about rules, and I think that, this is a big match. It's a really big match. I have Levon as the favorite. I think most people have Levon as the favorite, but the chat here looks like he's only 60%. That's a lot of support for Vitaly. That's a lot of support. I think it's crazy myself. Let's check out. I'll just check this out real quick. I'll bump on over to ArmBet and we'll see what the stakes are at, because there's a lot of action. It's not, people aren't just saying that they support it. People are putting money down. Like, check this out. Wow. So look, So yeah. So what you got to see is block 7. That means this thing's sold out 7 times. That means that people do think that Hermes, and it's the shutout stake, but pretty hype match. Pretty hype match. I think 350 pounds, and you'll be favorite versus Levon. Mr. Brain Junkie, thank you. Listen, me at 350 is, I don't know if I can get there. This morning, okay, this morning, 290, 394. I've been sick the last couple days. Timing is good. I get sick now, so I won't be sick on the event. 350, man, that's 50 pounds. I'm already too fat. You know, me at 300 pounds is a fat dude. I gotta remain athletic. I hate getting fat like this, but I do have to be stronger for sure. And yeah, I mean 350. I mean, yeah, that'd be pretty awesome to face him. But I can't get there and completely just tank my health. Like I have to be athletic and fit. Pussycat don't care. Haha, his friends will splash him with 10 liters of water. That's why he hated it. Pussycat hates water. Hermes for the win. Hermes got a lot of support. Hermes has a lot of support. He's come a long way. Like when you look at where Hermes was the last time they pulled, and when you look at where he is now, like he is for sure stronger. He's for sure percentages stronger. The claim has always been that Levon was. I mean, I've heard him say that he wasn't his best. I don't know what that means exactly, but he sure looks strong right now too. Anyways, I'm so excited for this match. It's main event. So it's holding strong at 60%. 60%. So I'm actually surprised. I would have thought Levon's numbers would be slightly higher. I have him at about a 75, 80% to win. But it'd be so cool if Hermes does it. It'll be super cool. Shake up the world. I think it'll be the first time. I don't think there's been an Italian world champion in arm wrestling. Not that I'm aware of. That'd be cool. That'd be cool for Italy. But guys, Levon is something real special. He's something real special in this sport. It's gonna take something amazing to beat him. Well, how much do you think Hermes improved his hands since before? A lot. I think Hermes probably has improved his hand. Well, when you look at just his lifts alone, they're up considerably. Like, I don't know what the percentage is, but I think he's gone from like 50 to 65. His lifts are super accelerated. The thing is, Hermes is young. Hermes is like 30. So he's still getting like way stronger all the time. So yeah, look at. I was shocked last time how good he does. If he wins, the world is gonna freak out. You know, the arm wrestling world is gonna freak out. You know, if Hermes wins, and look at this as we go on. Hermes is shifting even more. Levon is now down to a 59. Who's improved more from their last match? I got to think Hermes has. I have to think that Hermes has improved more than Levon has. But, yeah, he's really good. Let me see. Got some super chats here. Devon, stabilize at 315 before next year, then push 325. Yeah, see, this is a bit more realistic. And I don't know what I can do. I'm not waking up 300. I'm waking up like 293, 294. I'm a bit ill right now, but hopefully by the time I pull the tally, my plan is to get past where I was when I pulled Gennady. That's my goal. Is I want to be better than when I pulled Gennady, and I think I'm gonna pull it off. I think I'll be better for Vitaly than when I pulled Gennady. So if I could be like somewhat healthy at 315, I think that's already like I'm getting somewhere pretty good. Devon versus Vitaly for the loss. The date got changed, guys. The date is now August the 2nd. And I believe it's going to be in Baku, Azerbaijan. So I got like a 5-day freaking flight to get there or something. It's gonna be a very long flight. Look at it. Levon's numbers keep coming down. Maybe people know something that I don't know. I feel like Levon looks like he's in incredible shape. I think he's super motivated. Hermes is obviously, exactly the same. Biggest match of Hermes' life. I remember the second time I went at it. Keep eating. Lars, if I'm in a defensive outside position, okay, I like that spot, and always being the taller puller, I'm normally like that too. Would you say wrist kickback is better than try to keep your cup? Well, what I would say is if you are, defensively pulling and you're trying to get the hand, yeah, you can probably take the hand more likely if you kick back a little bit. But if you can take the wrist, take the wrist. Take the wrist if you can. Absolutely take the wrist. But don't take the wrist if it means putting you, if it ends up turning you over. Oh, I'm sore. I am sore. I've been pulling hard, guys. I've been training hard. Thank you, Lars. I hope that helps, man. Yeah, take height first. Height first. If you can take your wrist, take your wrist. But it's just you got a better chance of taking the guy's hand with height, probably, if you kick back. Probably. Jace Larson, your deck scan must have been wild on your right arm. Yeah, I'd like to look at it a little bit closer. Really just look at all the pieces. But yeah, my right arm, the bone I've got a lot of bone in my right arm, more than my left. And yeah, I'd love to see like the actual breakdown of like the just the right arm. All this sciencey stuff is so cool to have. Let's see here. You the goat. Have you looked into NMN? NMN. Yeah, NMN. Let me look what that is. I think I have. I think we were having that at the last East versus West. What is NMN? NMN supplement. Oh. Nicotinamide mononucleotide. I'll have to look at that a bit more. I think that's like a NAD thing or something. Yeah, interesting stuff. Would you ever consider making an arm wrestling book like how old kung fu masters like Bruce Lee made Tao of Jeet Kune Do book? Yeah, for sure. We'll probably do something here before I totally get too washed up. I'd love to put something out there. Thanks for all your super chats, guys. I'm just trying to catch up. What channel is the East versus West show on? All the way to get the pay-per-view, guys, is at EVW Sports. EVWsports.com. That's in 1 week. 1 week. But this next week is going to be super hype. You'll see lots of links. See a link in the description right now. EVW Sports. You can follow that. You can see it live. Yeah, this week's build up. There's going to be lots of places where you can click on that link. Thank you, MB. Harshit Nirwan. Thank you, buddy. Hi, Devon. Cross swords. If you add upper body stuff like shoulder press and big bench, I genuinely believe you will surpass very quickly what you think. I'll take a little minute on this, guys, because I get this all the time, and it's kind of a joke around here with the whole pecs and glutes thing. I'm going to tell you guys. Okay, I love arm wrestling. I love training. Okay, I love training. I love training my body. I love to perform my very, very best. I'm going to tell you. The first thing I want you to know is I'm 50. Okay. It's really it's not the easiest thing for a 50-year-old to just be like, okay, I'm gonna just general conditioning and really push myself that way. The second thing I really need you to know is that I had a long career. Okay, like I'm 50. I've been competitively arm wrestling for 32 years. Okay. On top of that, I did a full military career. I did 20 years in the military where I played multiple sports. I was deployed a ton. I've been in so many accidents. I've been beat up a million different ways. I'm actually fully medically pensioned. Okay, like all my joints are. I'm basically a walking cripple. How I can still compete and perform? Okay, like doctors will be like, yeah, you shouldn't be able to do it. Like all my doctors who've looked at me, they're like, yeah, you're kind of a mess, Devon. For me to stay physically at the top of arm wrestling, I need to be very careful. I wish that we just lived forever and our bodies remained youthful forever. It's very hard to do that. Okay, it's very hard. I have chosen to hold on to more of the arm wrestling side of things than my general conditioning. Understand that everything has a cost, everything has a value. I know that a lot of people say, Devin, you need more general conditioning. And it's true, you can always benefit from more general conditioning. But when you are a super specialized, which I am super specialized, older and massively, and I don't want to be like, oh, poor Devin. I don't want anything like that. But you have to understand the amount of arthritis and damage that my body carries. Okay. So it limits the amount of general conditioning I can do without a big toll on my arm wrestling. So thank you for the suggestion. My training now, I'm basically just arm wrestling, guys. I basically just arm wrestle, and I go for walks sometimes. That's about my physical fitness. I wish it was otherwise. Dino, if Hermes pins Levon, we'll lose because of shot. Hermes pins. Yeah, so Hermes will freaking have a heart attack and explode. I think half of the world will. Okay, we're gonna end that poll right there. Looks like Levon is the favorite. Okay, but not overwhelmingly at all. Like really not. I wanted to kick it off with that. Next one I want to do. This one's super interesting for me. And this is a all Sweden world title match. World title 70 kilo. Fia Rysick, Elin Yanaheim. Can't wait for that one. This is awesome. It's so cool that so many of the very, very best arm wrestlers come from Sweden. So many of the best women arm wrestlers come from Sweden. Really super high per capita, absolute ass kickers that come from that country. Really cool that Elin Yanaheim is like, and I apologize if I'm saying her name a little bit wrong. I've been watching her, come up in the Europeans and the worlds in Sweden, year after year. And now this is it. And she has wins over Fia. I know that I've seen her beat her in turn, but this is it. This is it. This is form. This is world title. Really excited about this one. I'll read some of the comments and we can kind of figure out who the favorite is. Looks like Fia's off to an early lead, which I gotta agree with that. Cody Robinette. I'm going to compete in my first tournament on the 21st. Oh, same day as me. Same day as East versus West. Any advice what to expect there and rehab the weekly stay massive? Okay, so that means you're competing in a week, same as us. First tournament, dude, I wouldn't do much. I don't know if you're competing in a weight class, but I'd make sure my weight was right. If I had to do a water cut, I'd be all over that. I'd be making sure I weighed in on Friday if the weight was tight. If you've got creatine in you, I'd hop on that. This week, I wouldn't think about getting stronger. Maybe a little bit of blood flow the next couple days, next few days. Nothing hard. Maybe some stretching. Maybe go for a walk. No pecs and glutes. Well, whatever. I don't know how old you are or anything, Cody. But rest is your friend in arm wrestling. Okay, if you got an arm wrestling event, rest is absolutely your friend. What to expect there? Expect to have an awesome day. Expect to have an awesome time. Have a ton of fun with it. Just know that getting a grip is super important. Don't lose without a strap on your arm. And yeah, just have fun, Cody. Good luck. Good luck, buddy. Mr. Brain Junkie, any reason why you are not doing weights until Vitali? Well, I went over it a little bit already, but so what happened was I talk about training all the time. I'm always thinking about training. I'm always thinking about how to be as good as I can be. I'm always thinking about how to win. That's really my number one concern. I want to win, guys. I want to win world titles. I want to be the best I can be. I want to be the best I can be in the open. I want to be the best I can be in a weight category. So that means I got to be strong and healthy on an arm wrestling table. And I got to be able to beat my opponents, whoever they are. And I'm just thinking of ways to do that. And really so much of life is simplicity. Like you want to do the most basic things as good as possible. And it's really hard to not value table practice like really, really high. It was actually when I was hanging out with Juji, the day that Juji came over is the day that I switched things over. I was talking to Juji. Juji and I were here. We were talking about training all day. And he's like, "What are you doing today?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'd rest, but because you're here, let's do some weights." So we did some weights, and then we gunned it at practice. We gunned it two hands, which I've been doing a lot of. And I just thought, anything that takes away from the coolest part of my training, I should probably take away. The coolest part of my training is two-hand, like super intense arm wrestling training, two-hand work that I do. Like it's the most beneficial for me, I believe. I believe that that's the closest thing I can get to competitive pressures. And I just think that I can train harder on the table if I don't do weights. So, and that's what I'm after. I'm after that ability to train as hard as I can on the table. So that's why I'm doing it, just so I can get maximum intensity when I practice. And we'll see. We'll see. If I pull the tally and I have a bad showing, well, then maybe I was doing it wrong. If I have a good showing, then maybe I'm doing things right. Yeah, that's the plan. The plan is to just be a absolute table specialist. I'll walk, go for walks, and I'll arm wrestle. Maybe do some stretching. I know it's real complicated, right? Here we go. Hey, only a matter of time. Arm wrestling Bitola. I love your t-shirt still, buddy. I wear your t-shirt all the time. Devon, what happened to Dennis bringing the hammer to East versus West? I don't know. Where is the hammer? I don't know. I think it's a real slap in the face, really, quite honestly. Like, I mean, people are mad at me for being mad at Dennis. I can't understand it. I don't know why a guy would do that. I don't know why someone would, like, I think he's got a problem with me. And in turn, because he's got a problem with me, he's like, but I don't even know. I don't know where the hammer is. Like, does Dennis have it? Did he give it? I heard he gave it to Morozov. I heard that Morozov gave it to Vitali. Just nobody's talking about it. I think that there's a bunch of things going on. I think that there's some people out there who don't like that the hammer gets talked about for some crazy reason. They think it takes away, which I don't think it does at all. I think it's just part of arm wrestling. I think it's just part of the mosaic of arm wrestling. It was whatever. Look, I think Dennis is an absolute retard. I'd say it all the time. I think Dennis is. Anybody who's listening, anybody who can put a podcast together, whether it's East versus West, Ray's channel, Neil, I don't care if it's Henry Nearing. I don't care. I'll go on a show with Dennis Saplenkoff, and we need to work that. Seriously, I'm not going to stop, cutting that dude down at every single opportunity until we work through this. So anybody who's listening who can organize a show with Dennis and me, yeah, let's do that. Let's see. Looks like Fia is the favorite, but not by a ton. Van Damme or Steven Seagal? I mean, Van Damme is. I heard he was like a blue belt? Looks good, great shape. Steven Seagal is like absolutely full of shit, 10th degree keto guy. I don't know, man. That's a funny question. I think they're both kind of full of shit, but let's just go. I don't know. I think Steven Seagal's probably bigger and Van Damme is probably fitter. I don't know. I have no idea about that question. CJ Hirohiko. I'm sorry, buddy. I don't know these guys good enough to tell you who's tougher. Other than I just say they're both actors primarily. I'd say. Let me see what's going on here. Okay, where are we? Fia is. This is a tight match. Okay, listen. There's got to be a lot of people from Sweden who know what's going on. A lot of people are picking Elin here. Like Fia is the champion. She has been kicking ass. She's the only right and left world champ of East versus West, which is pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. And she's only at 54%. So I think people know that this is going to be a really tight match. Will there be a changing of the guard? Is this the next Swedish world champion? Not everyone can be a champion, Fia. School lady boy. It's going to be my first time attending a big event in person, hoping to run into a few of the pullers that will be on the card. School lady boy. That's great, buddy. So you're coming to Chicago. It's going to be a madhouse, guys. I hope you all got your tickets and everything sorted out because I have a feeling that Chicago is going to be wild, wild, wild. Honest opinion, prime Larry Veals versus current Brian. Who will win an arm wrestling super match? How long will it take for Brian to crack top 10 North America? That's an awesome question. That's a good match. Right now, that's a good match. The best version of Larry Wheels there ever was. I pulled Larry a couple times and he was real strong. Real strong. Brian Shaw is really strong already. And the thing that I will say is I believe that Brian Shaw has the really big potential in the open. I always thought that Larry had great potential too. I thought, if he dedicated himself, he could probably be like world level guy in a division. To crack the open, that's tough, man. That is tough to do. Brian Shaw does not have that capability. How long? People are really rushing him a lot. They're putting the when is this gonna happen? When is this gonna happen? Guys, it's very, very hard to get to that level. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. I think I might have missed some super chats. I gotta maybe slow the chat. Guys, I apologize. I don't think I've. Oh, maybe I can do this. How do I find just the super chats? Top chat. Oh, maybe I can do this. Okay. Yes, here we go. Okay, I figured it out. Be honest. Did you cheat at the last puzzle quiz? Too smart. Did I cheat? Have I ever cheated at anything, guys? Peter Anchor. Hello, friend. Long time no see. Thank you, Peter. Yeah, guys, just know I am I don't have like an Alex IQ. Okay, unfortunately, I wish I did. Yeah, but I do like to. I don't like to step into a gunfight with a knife either. You know what I mean? Caleb Williams, if you had 25 years to freeze time and do nothing but train and pick an age you wanted, how badly could you beat Levon? Would it still be close? 25 years. 25 years is a long time. 25 years is a long time. I mean, if I had 25 years, jeez, you would hope. You would hope. 25 years. That's an interesting question, you know. The thing is we have 25 years. So like I'm training all the time to be I've taken, like I said, I got a 32-year career, and you know, another 25. Am I gonna be better? Am I gonna be worse? We'll see. We'll see if I can keep going, guys. I'm doing my best to keep on going. I do think that I've had my best performance within the last year, and I am optimistic that I will continue to have my best performances in the years to come. So maybe that's a good sign. I don't know in 25 years how good I'll be. I'll be 75. Um, yeah, smoke Levon, dust that guy. And he's calling people out two at a time now. So we'll see. Benji Mack. Hello, my friend. Chicago's gonna be epic. You're the best, Benji. Can't wait to see you there, brother. I hope you're doing all the. I imagine you're doing all the backstage coverage, guys. If you don't know Benji Mack, go on over to his channel. That guy's working the arm wrestling scene like crazy. Benji, appreciate everything you do for the sport. Jerry Drouin, have you ever heard of Greg Boyce? I know Greg Boyce very, very well. Yeah, Greg Boyce is the best. Bury me big. Greg Boyce is the reason that I had surgery on my elbow. Okay, I know Greg really well. Okay, world champion. Okay, he was the dude around here. When I was coming up, the super heavyweights were Earl Wilson, Mike Gould, Rick Barbet, Greg Boyce. I'd say those were the four top world champs in Ontario. Yeah, Greg Stumpy. Yeah, he's the man. Love that guy. Hey, champ, are you still undergoing stem cell treatments? Also, how much do you want to be pulling Vitali? Yeah, I am actually just about to book my flight. I'm probably going to get some stem cells after Chicago to get tuned up. So I'll be totally ready to pull Vitali. I can't wait to pull Vitali. This match has been a long time coming, guys. A long time coming. I can't wait. When is the Randy X Devon podcast coming out? Randy Turner, direct action. Guys, Randy Turner, coolest dude. He was a soldier that I worked with for years. I stopped by his place just a couple days ago. We talked for a little over an hour, I think, going over to direct action. He's an assaulter. We used to work at the same place. Tremendous soldier, and he's still doing it today. Not active, but he's training people and he's doing courses. And yeah, Randy's the man. Yeah, I heard June 30th it's coming out. Jerry Drouin, thank you, buddy. My friend used to be neighbors with Greg Boyce. Yeah, he was a Canadian arm wrestling champion. Have you ever met him pull? So same thing. Yeah, Jerry. Yeah, he's the best. He got that statue. They made a statue. I love Greg Boyce, guys. Greg Boyce. I was there when him and Amy got married. He was at my wedding. I'm a long time. I haven't seen Greg in a long time, but I absolutely love Greg Boyce. He's an incredible champion. Okay. Jack Topfer, tell the story about your last fight before Thor. Last fight before Thor. Jack Topfer. Last fight before Thor? Like last fight? Jack Topfer. I'm not exactly sure what you're getting at. Last fight, like the last time I fought somebody. I mean, like a street fight. Like, what kind of fight are you talking about? I haven't fought really. You know what? The only fight that I've gotten in outside of like where I was working, like where I was like a soldier, I don't count any of those. Uh, the only fight I got in, oh no, I got in a couple fights when I was young. Yeah, but last actual fight I got in, geez, I was probably still a teenager. Maybe I was 20. I was young. I don't fight too much. Ioing. Hey, Devon, thanks for all the lessons, buddy. Maybe we can crack that true warrior question with Alex IQ later. Easy number 4. Let's go. Hey, if I hit that number 4, I'm going to be pretty freaking happy. Pretty happy. World number 4 is nothing to cough at. Okay, let's go back to the poll here. Look at that. Guys, this is a tie game. Okay, Fiat at 51%. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. So this is a even match. And to say it's an even match when you got a world title and a defending champ, that's saying a lot for Elin. Okay, let's switch over to the left hand. Okay, Matt Mask versus Irakli Zirakashvili. Should be a fun one. Should be a good one. I don't think that either one of these guys are right at the very top, and I think they're cross division. I think Irakli's like a 95, and I think Matt's like a 105. I don't know. I even think that they're weighing in, but pretty awesome that they're arm wrestling. I'm kind of like a fan favorite on this one. Obviously, you know, Matt's my favorite guy. And just so y'all know, anybody come to Chicago, you can bring a little present for Matt. It's Matt's birthday on the 20th, right? June 20th, I think it's Matt's birthday. Speaking of birthdays, guys. Speaking of birthdays, Jody Larratt's birthday is the 17th of June. I don't want to say how old she is, okay, but we were in the same grade, okay? I know she doesn't look it, but yeah, Jody's birthday's coming up. Matt's birthday's coming up. Big parties in Chicago. Frantic. There's my guy. Hey, Devon, good luck on left. That left, it's not as big. You see my right, there's a difference. There is a difference in these arms, okay? But my left is ready. You know what? I was a little bit worried coming in that I was going to be busted up. I'm healthy. I'm healthy. I'll be healthy. Jerry Drouin Jr., tremendous fan. Thank you, Jerry. Got hooked watching you smoke Adam Scher, aka Braun Strowman. You made him humble. It was so good. Braun Strowman, super cool, guys. What a great athlete. What a cool guy. Okay. I hope that he comes back into sport. He's really good. He's got what a great athlete. What a great athlete. What a cool guy. And that video went everywhere. That video that Braun and I did probably pushed arm wrestling more than any other video I've ever done from any match, more than Levon, more than Dennis, more than Thor. That video went everywhere. I run into people on the street. They're like, "You arm wrestled Braun Strowman?" I'm like, "Yeah, I did. Yeah, that video went everywhere." Notorious Stan. You think Levon's going to flash Hermes 4 times? Big thing. I don't think it's going to be a flash 4 times. But you know what? I don't think Levon is messing around, guys. Levon is I say it all the time. He's not normal. Levon is not normal. Just the structure alone. The structure, the bone structure. There's something about Georgia, guys. I'm telling you, like if you spend a lot of time in sports and you deal with Georgian athletes, I'm sure it's the same in all sports. The Georgians they're very, very strong people. They're very, very athletically gifted. All of them are. That part of the world, I think it's just been swept over and over and over and over. And what it's done is it's produced a people that is just warlike, I suppose. I suppose they're just very, very, very good in war. and Levon is the biggest. So there's a good chance that it'll be 4 flash pins. There is a good chance. There's probably more chance that it'll be 4 flash pins in my mind than Hermes wins. Most likely there's gonna be some wars. That's what I think. I think most likely. And look at and judging out the fans, I think everybody's thinking that it's gonna be close, and a lot of people have Hermes to win. Cold Stone, as a general spectator at this upcoming East versus West in Chicago, how much access would I have to meet you guys, if any? As a general spectator, it's tough, buddy. It's tough. Like there's like thousands of people there, and there's probably a way. I don't know if there's meet and greets planned. I know if you're a VIP, you basically come and eat with us and you hang out with all of us, and you get to meet us and everything. General spectator, bit trickier. No promises, but you never know. YM Win. What courses did you complete as an infantier? Well, I did my basic. I did my QL3, so basic infantry. I did my JLC, so that's junior leadership. I did machine gun. I did comms. I did driver wheel. I did para. I did recce. And I think that's about it as an infantier. And then once and then I was out of there. And then, courses are kind of different. But yeah. Best one was para, basic para, round shoots, static line. Don't get me wrong, like basic para sucks compared to real para operations. Well, it's not to say they're not real para. I would not want to do a para operation as an infantry guy. I would. Hardcore, good on you, but I'd way rather fly in the right way. Kiznish. Thank you. Don't go into too much detail, obviously not trying to get you in trouble, but how necessarily do you think pharmaceutical enhancements are at the higher levels of sport? Keep smashing it. Well, I'd say that, so I'll tell you that I think you better be well educated and you better be real smart, because the human body is a wonderful thing. Hello, little dear. I'm on live. Hey, Havery's coming to Chicago.
Yes.
Hey, you want to say hi? Hey. So Havery is coming to Chicago with us. You excited for the big car ride, Havery?
So excited.
Yeah.
She's gonna learn an audition in the car.
I'm just live right now, Joan. You can say hi if you want.
Did Harry show you her nails?
Ooh,
We
look
got
at you
matching.
guys.
We're
Oh,
twinsies.
wow.
Matching
Oh,
nails.
you guys
Different
are
shapes,
so
but matching
cool.
colors.
Yeah, look at you. Sort of like me.
Yeah.
Not quite.
We could do yours if you want before we go.
Yeah?
Sure.
We can talk about it.
Totally.
It's people are looking for any advantage they can get to win, right? I think that in a weight category, you can do it healthy and natural. There are guys who do. So that's an incredible sign, and I think that super heavyweight division is tougher. There are guys who are natural, and I think that in the past it was probably easier. I think the level's really high now. I like to speak with that more, not so much here, more like know your audience kind of thing. But medical, there's many parts to being the best, many pieces, and really you want to tick as many boxes as possible and do everything as professionally as possible. Jack's top for any chance Havery versus RVJ's daughter. Big match. Oh, Havery, you hear that? And I'm keeping Havery away from that killer. RVJ's daughter looks strong and she's training. Havery's just having good times. Yeah. Benji Matt, happy early birthday, Jody.
Thanks, Benji.
His is the 23rd.
Yes. Cancer.
Oh, here we go. Ryan Bull Bellinger. I'm really counting on your poor match predictions to carry me to the win against Allen. See you soon, champ. Okay, so I will do yours right now, buddy. Let me flip over here. Let me flip over back to live chat. And so Matt, so a lot of these matches so far are looking real 50-50-ish. Matt and Irakli, it's basically a 50-50 match. Really, like 52% for Matt. And that might just be home court advantage on this channel. Okay. Bellinger versus Ford. Alan Ford. Right hand match. Okay. Here we go. So here's your $5 super chat working for you. I gotta go with Alan Ford. He's my guy. He's just down the road from me. But yeah, this is gonna be a hot match. This is gonna be Alan's first match.
Oh my gosh. Sorry.
Coming in, and I know that Mr. Bellinger is definitely. I saw him in. I think it was Texas. He was pulling, so he's starting to climb through the East versus West series. Jerry Drouin Jr. Would you ever consider pulling humans like the Mountain or maybe Shaquille O'Neal for shits and giggles? I mean, I pulled both of them. I pulled the Mountain. I pulled Shaquille O'Neal. I would love to get them both into competition. I think that Thor might come. Like Thor's a strength athlete, and he's done powerlifting. He's done strongman. He's done all sorts of feats of strength. He's done boxing. A lot of the strongman community is really dabbling with arm wrestling. Like, the work that Brian Shaw is doing. Arm wrestling is going to be at the Shaw Classic, which is super cool. And those matches are looking awesome, by the way. Like the matches that Brian has set up there. So I won't be surprised if Thor eventually comes around and just starts to have fun with us. I won't be surprised. I hope he does. He's a tremendous athlete. Shaquille O'Neal, yeah, that's a whole nother level of athlete right there. In my opinion, Shaq is just an absolute dinosaur. Would in a good way. Like I would love to see that guy get into the sport. I just think Shaquille O'Neal, and I think he just I don't know Shaq. I'm just guessing he just has a great time in parties, and it'd be great if we could get Shaq into arm wrestling. How cool would that be? Yeah, Shaq. If you're thinking about arm wrestling, we got a place for you. Hermes chances if he had your hand. Any changes? Hermes probably pretty happy with what he's got. Hermes is great. I think Hermes is probably coming into this match really good, guys. I think he's probably in the best shape of his life, and he's probably pretty happy with where he's at. I'd say Hermes' arm is probably stronger than his hand was when I pulled him, but he's made a lot of changes. So I bet you if you asked him this question, he'd probably be like, yeah, my hand is better than Devon's, but we'll probably see. I won't be surprised if I pull Hermes within the next year. Won't be surprised. Will we see Devon versus Dennis sometime left? I hope so. I'll tell you, if ever that match has a chance, it's a yes. It's a yes. Just anywhere, anytime, I will pull Dennis. And I'll be real loud and mean about it because I don't like him. I don't like him at all. So it's a big yes for me. Matteo Bernasconi. Thank you. Devon, how's the friendship with Hermes? I feel like you two are a little bit more bounded. I think you mean bonded than before. Thank you, Rabbit.
Excuse us. He just needs to drink some stuff.
We're chasing it with this one. Go.
I don't even know what the things that she gives me are. I don't even know at this point. She just says, eat this, eat that. And I do it. I do it.
Like the dutiful husband that you are.
I love, you know, when you have competition and match with somebody, typically you get close to them. You know, everybody that I've arm wrestled against, especially in a one-on-one, I feel like they're a big part of who I am. It means that I've spent a lot of time thinking about you. That's for sure. I've spent a lot of time thinking about the people that I arm wrestle. A lot, you know. If I've got a match with you, just know you're in my head all the time. I'm always thinking about you. I've spent a lot of time thinking about Hermes. He's a great champion. Levon too. Like a lot of these guys, you know, I've spent a lot of time thinking about them. Hermes and Levon are two of the top guys in the sport. I love them. Love these guys. Great people. 100 gorillas versus one Devon. Yeah, baby gorillas, little babies, like little 2-week-old gorillas I could kick around. Sure. When are you coming back to Edmonton, Game Seeker? When am I going to Edmonton? Soon? Anytime? I gotta just go visit Matt.
Going to Manitoba.
Yeah. Jack's top for why Engen hates the hammer. It's better than the gauntlet. I think that Engen just wants to really just make sure that East versus West is being promoted. That's what I think his issue is. I think that maybe he sees the hammer as somehow taking away from East versus West. I don't view it that way myself. East versus West is the best thing that's happened to arm wrestling. It's the very best thing that's ever happened. King of the Table and East versus West have pulled the arm wrestling worlds together. The gauntlet is just thank you, Rabbit. The gauntlet is the hammer is just, it's a piece of legacy, it's a piece of history that's really held by just another thing that's held by a champion. It's not part of the league. And I don't even know that Engen really hates the hammer. I think he just likes to promote East versus West, which you can't blame him for. You can't blame him for that. Eddie Hall versus Hapthor in arm wrestling. Right? There you go. That's a good match. That's a great match. Yeah, let's do that one. I'll tell you, you better give Hapthor some time because I think right now Eddie'd probably smack him. Eddie is looking pretty good on that arm wrestling table, I gotta say. Like Eddie moves very well. And talking to Neil, Eddie is not slowing down. He looks really good. Okay. So Alan Ford is the favorite. So there you go, Mr. Ballinger. You got your $5. Okay. We all know that I and this channel are normally wrong on predictions. So congratulations. Odds are in your favor after Alan Ford is picked by this channel to win against you. 57%. Still close. It's a pretty close one. Okay, let's go. Another big one that's on my mind. Let's go with one of the greatest arm wrestlers. They're just so close. Desernov. Monster Michael Todd versus Georgie Desernov. Big match. Big match. And just so you guys kind of understand kind of the flow here a little bit, from what I understand, the winner of this match is going to face, and I've just heard this, this is not official, I've heard will face the winner of the match between Alex Krdecha and Morozov. And if Michael wins, and then if Michael wins that one, you never know. That might mean once again that Michael can have another chance at Levon. The dream is not over. That's all I got to say. The dream is not over. I have Michael to win. I have Michael to win. George Desernov is an absolute caveman, super strong, super freak. He's incredibly impressive. He's had some just tremendous showings where I thought he was like the guy to win everything. His strength is wild. Like, I think he's a very, very, very might be tough to beat. That's what I think. Is that Benoit? My man Benoit Lapierre throwing $50. Benoit, buddy, you don't have to do that. Benoit Lapierre, everybody, that's the guy. That's one of my very favorite people in the world. One of my very dear friends, Benoit. I think you're over. I don't even know where you are. Are you in Africa right now, Benoit? This guy has led such an interesting life. Good friend of mine. Thanks for the cash, Benoit. Let me take you out to sushi next time. Next time I see you. Greetings, Devon and family. Thank you. Monster Michael Todd versus Desernov. Monster is in the lead with 2/3. Yeah, so this is one of the strongest. So Michael right now is more of a favorite even than Levon. Wow, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. Robert? Are you gonna drive the whole way to Chicago?
Yes,
Yeah.
I will.
You're gonna drive
Okay,
Havery?
not 21. I mean,
I think our entire family is gonna be in Chicago. I think that's
Milo's even meeting us there.
Milo's gonna be there. Audin's gonna be there. Avery's coming. Should be, and even your dad's gonna be there too.
I
isn't he?
know. It's exciting.
Yeah.
Milo sent me the best video this morning. You
Of,
guys- yeah, do you guys ever watch The Biggest Loser? So this reality show I'm with. Anyway, one of the coaches was Jillian Michaels, super fitness goddess. Milo took her and her 13-year-old son fishing when they like last week. One of his first things that he's
down
done.
with Black Tip.
Yeah, with Black Tip H down in Florida. And Jillian sent me a lovely message. And it made my day. But I told him, I'm like, is that for my birthday?
Maybe you could get Jillian Michaels to help me lose all this fat in my stomach.
I'm sure I could get Jillian Michaels to help
Say,
me.
I'll give you advice on this if you tell me how to skinny up my husband again. What's the story of your grandparents having a connection to South Africa? That's a great question. So, on my mother's side, so my parents, that family was in Germany. So it was right at the end of the war, they were able to flee Germany. Basically just left everything and took off. They weren't there long. I think that they were probably there for 10 years or so. I'd have to ask my mom. I don't think they were there 15 years, maybe 10 years, maybe 15. But they left to Montreal. So I think they were in Johannesburg. And then I think from Johannesburg, they moved to Montreal. And I don't know what my grandparents were doing there. They both were teachers at McGill for a while. So they might have been teaching while they're in Johannesburg, but or farming maybe. They might have been farming because they both ended up farming and teaching in Canada. So they might have been doing the same thing. By the way, he said, man, hey, Jody, I might have said Jody. Hey, Devon, hi, Devon, in bit of a tough spot, and I've always looked up to you. What advice would you give about when you get betrayed based off of your experiences? Ooh, that's tough, man. Betrayal. Well, that is a tough thing. Hey, Rabbit, I might need you for this one.
What's up?
Hey, what do you do if somebody betrays you? You know, there's a lot.
Who's the person? How long
That's
is the
the thing,
relationship?
right?
What have you done with
There's
each other?
There's a lot.
How valuable are they in your life?
Yeah.
Is it something that's fixable? Can you get over it? First thing you do no matter what is you forgive them. For you, not them. So you don't hold on to it. Beyond that, it's a very individual conversation.
So you've got way better answers than I do.
I have a lot of answers.
Yeah. Betrayal. Ooh, it's tough. It's tough. I'd say it would depend on the degree. Depend on the degree very much. If it was a really bad one,
The degree and the relationship. There's no one size fits all answer to that question.
no, this is a very, very but I probably wouldn't forget it
But
too
when you
quick.
get betrayed,
I
it based
probably-
off your experiences.
Probably wouldn't be forgetting it too quickly.
Well,
That's one thing I wouldn't do.
Probably never forget it.
I wouldn't be forgetting it.
Lessons can be learned from everything, including things that are negative. You can still take positive lessons.
Brad Butler, you brought me here, and I always support the Larratts. Thank you, Brad.
Holy cow. You guys are ridiculously
I know,
generous.
it's crazy. Jack's Topfer. I met you here in Buffalo.
With Big Frank.
No one here knew you. When do you feel you made it by being a celebrity popular puller?
Those were the days, weren't they?
Yeah, that was a great event, Jack. That was
Mhm.
fun. Big Frank, he's super cool. I was actually talking about Big Frank the other day. I was talking to Odd, and I'm like, you should pull Big Frank.
Oh my.
Avery should pull Big Frank, yeah. I think, when did it start to pop?
COVID really did it. So our
ESPN did a lot.
ESPN did
The
it,
match
but
with Hapthor, like that video did a lot. Aussie Man Reviews did a thing with Pushkar and I. That did a lot.
the big
COVID.
big push was so COVID, the entertainment industry locked down for 6 months, and so there was no new content being made. Everybody and people weren't allowed to leave their house. Everybody watched everything on all the streaming platforms, and there was nothing left. YouTube, and that was a huge time
Yeah,
with Michael Todd, especially that match
yeah, that was big.
in Dubai. That was the first
With
King
Larry,
of the Table.
I mean, Larry
Yeah.
coming in, that helped a
That whole
ton.
time frame, completely.
ESPN, I mean, I feel like Game of Arms as well. Like when you talk about like initiation, like what really were big sparks along the way. There was a lot of things kind of.
But Game of Arms didn't make you a celebrity in arm wrestling. 'Cause you
No,
weren't on it,
but
sadly.
Game of Arms led to WAL. WL did a lot. That whole era, like I mean, the stuff with Shaq, like
Yeah.
being on ESPN a couple times.
Arnold pulling your finger.
Yeah, there's been a bit, but COVID. I'd say
was the
COVID.
biggest. There've been spikes, and then and COVID was the last.
Haystack plays. Gas money for you. Love your content. Crusty hair, please. You got it, buddy.
Hey, all right. Let's address.
Yeah, let's address.
This is the perfect venue to address this on. I was going to make a video, but let's
Thank
just
you,
do it
Troll
right
Army.
here. No,
Troll Army.
F you,
Thank you.
Troll.
No.
Actually, Troll Army, you're awesome.
Yes.
What husband sicks his Troll Army on his very loyal
I'm sick.
and amazingly supportive
Thank you, Troll
wife?
Army. Thank you for influencing.
I
in a
would
way
say,
that
I
I
would say
cannot.
thank you for boosting my algorithm on YouTube and Instagram.
Thank you, Troll Army.
But the amount of messages that I have received. By the way, do you guys understand? It takes time for hair to grow back. So like, I haven't let
Not on
them have it
top.
yet.
Listen, when I pull Vitali, this is all gone, and I am crustying it up.
And the other issue is you guys actually believe him when
That's
he
true.
says, it's my turn to speak now. When he says that hair will give him, blink twice if you're in danger, that hair will give him his ultimate form. It won't. It'll slow him down. It's less aerodynamic. Think about all the times he shaves his head to go into battle. Why are we all of a sudden jumping on the Devon's crusty hair as his most powerful form
Most
hair?
powerful.
No, it's not.
Yes.
Look at him with his bald head smashing Michael Todd, smashing everyone except Levon. But
We know
it doesn't matter about the hair.
We all know
The
that
crusty
crusty
hair-
form is my final form.
listen,
of it.
if you guys actually love Devon, you won't encourage that because he won't get as much physical affection from his wife with that hair. So you want him to feel loved, right? And I know you guys all love him. But
Crusty Clown.
this
Crusty Clown coming up.
look
Crusty
at him.
hair coming up,
He's
guys.
so handsome when you can actually see his
Krusty
face.
the Clown hair is coming. It is. It's my final form, and it will be back, and you will learn to love it.
It will grow in the
You will
coffin
learn to love it.
that we share upon our death.
You will learn to
That's
love
where
it.
it will grow.
Hi, Devon. Why is there a rumor that you didn't finish high school?
Is it a rumor, though?
Is it a rumor?
Let's produce the high school diploma.
Is it a rumor?
It's a really funny story. We're not exactly sure.
Not really sure.
Do you want me to take this one?
I'm just not really sure.
Okay.
Not super sure.
Devon the smarty pants, because you know his big IQ. He skipped grade 2. He went to school. He was a year ahead of me for a long time. Then he went to Germany, which put him on an exchange, which brought you back to my grade level. So we went through school together. Back then, we had grade 13 OAC, which is grade 13 for our high school. We were both in school in grade 13. I
How did that
graduated
work?
and went to university.
Man, I feel like it was in high school was just a big party for me.
The last year of his, so these OACs, which were like university credits, I don't even know why you bothered taking them. You were never going to university.
No, I wasn't.
What? It was for your mom. That's the
For
only
my
reason.
mom, yeah.
But mind you, like his grades were
Pretty awesome.
in history class, which is our infinite, where we kind of our history started. I had at midterm like a 92 in OAC history. And by the end, I got it like a 62 because I was super distracted by this one. I think he got 13.
I think it was 16.
It might have been
16%.
Final. And that
Yeah,
happened in a
not too
lot of
bad.
his classes.
Yeah,
So I went off to university. He decided to go back to school
Yeah, not
the
really.
following fall.
I went for like 2
And
weeks.
he was there for a
I
maximum
was there
of a
like
month.
three weeks maybe.
So not really sure, to be honest,
Yeah,
to answer the
that didn't
question.
work.
None of us know. Yes, Avery.
Yeah,
coming.
I'm not sure if I graduated, guys. I'm sorry. I might not be a high school graduate. It's like right on the line there.
Right on the
I
line.
have like, I think you needed 30
Can you say
credits.
hi to your dad?
I might have had like 30 credits. Goodbye, little dear. Where are you going?
I'm going to Georgia's.
Have fun. Have fun.
Thank you. Have a good
Rule number 1, never hold on to anything, buddy.
Including Krusty the Clown hair.
Never hold on. That is where it all starts. Never hold on. Wise words by Luann. Wise words.
Including hair that doesn't serve you.
Guys, I'm getting Krusty the Clown
You're
hair,
not.
even if I don't cut it. Like, it's only a matter of time before it all falls out on top. And I'll be rocking it on the sides anyway. So whatever. But I'm gonna accelerate it. She thinks it's great. Just it's okay. You can send her the odd message or two. She thinks it's funny. Okay, where are we at here? Okay, so Monster Michael Todd is the heavy favorite. We'll say that's heavy. 69%. That's pretty solid. That's pretty solid. That's a good one. That's a good one. So go Michael Todd. Go Monster Michael Todd. It was just Michael's birthday a while ago, and I didn't send him a birthday message. Michael, happy birthday. Start another poll. Okay, here's another good one. Kurdecha versus Morozov. Hot match. Hot match. This is, for me, this is a hard one to pick. I'm really having a very hard time figuring out who I got on this one. So so Alex pulls Morozov after. Okay, so we're gonna have our left-handed match early, and then Morozov is gonna pull against him probably closer to the main event. That's what I figure. Yeah, and it's kind of cool because both those matches are both like right in line, top of the super heavyweight division. Primarily outside, primarily inside. I think both these guys' left is a little bit better than their right. I think, but they had an awesome match left-handed, really good. So I won't be surprised if they have another burner on the right. I won't be surprised at all. Looking forward to that one. See what you guys think about that. Kisnish, have you ever pulled with a small guy? An actual small guy, not like Nugo the Pitbull, who really caught you off guard with how strong they were? I have before. There's some freaks out there. Yeah, there's tons of strong guys who were small. When you get like world level guys, it doesn't matter how little they are. Like if you're like exceptional, if you're like an exceptional arm wrestler, like a world number one in a weight division that's even very, very small will do massive damage against not guys who are ranked right at the very top in higher divisions. Like first one that comes to mind really is Vresh Sidraki, and I've pulled Vresh quite a lot, and he's not big. Vresh is probably like 165, 175 when he competes at a high level. I know he gets a bit bigger, but he's not a huge guy, and he is like, and it's not that he's just like a good arm wrestler. He's like crazy strong. And yeah, there's tons of guys like that. One of my original trainers, Dion Langell, was like 165. He was like the guy. He looked like he was over 200 pounds. Yeah, but Nugo is a great example. Even though Nugo is in the 105 division, I mean, he's not somehow I do think of him as a small guy. I mean, everybody in the 105 seems small to me. I'm gonna be back there. I'll be back in 105 at some point. Happy birthday, Jody and Devon. Congrats on being 6'6". Thanks, Jack. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, that was funny. I didn't know I was 6'6". I thought I was more like 6'5". I thought it shrunk a little bit with time. Wake Up, $50. Thank you, Wake Up. Devon, I have an idea. I got money. I'm not bragging about it, but I'm a millionaire. That's awesome. I know you don't need money, but I'll offer you $1 million if you get into a heavy lifting regime like the Georges do for a year. You got nothing. Wake Up. Come on, man. Listen, if that's for real, you can call my agent. Because, listen, for $1 million, I might even try. But, dude, we could sit down and talk. I don't know. I really don't know if it's the answer. I really don't know if it is. I mean, me doing bench and shoulder press, you think that's going to help me? You think that this is going to help me? Maybe it is. Maybe that's the key. Maybe I do. Maybe I just have to stop thinking what I think and just go. I mean, everybody I talk to tells me to do it. Everybody. I'm like the only one who's saying otherwise. Wake Up. I appreciate your super chat. I do. I always appreciate people who try to help me, giving me ideas, telling me what they think, because I know it comes from a good place. I know you want to see me win, and I appreciate that. I wouldn't be where I was if I didn't have people giving me good ideas, helping me out. Okay. You don't know how bad my elbows are. Wake Up. You don't actually know how screwed up my body is. I seem like a healthy guy. He might be surprised. Might just hurt me, buddy. But listen, hey, you want to turn me into a bodybuilder? Hey, talk to my agent, man. Thank you, Wake Up. Martin, hello, Devon. Respect from Italy. You are an idol. But our gladiator must reach the top of the world. Let's go, Hermes. Believe it. If anybody can do it right now, it's Hermes Gasparini. I'm telling you, the guy looks incredible. Hermes looks incredible. He looks top shape. And don't take it as any form of disrespect at all. I think Hermes is amazing. He's right at the top of the sport. It's just, it's hard for me to see people. I'll be so amazed. If Hermes does it, I will just be like, Hermes, wow, I can't believe it. Can't believe it. He might be able to do it. Look at the poll, the bets. The world is believing in Hermes. The mass majority of people, they are believing that Hermes is going to do this. And he very well might. The match was so close last time. He stops that match. If his back pressure is enough to freeze up Levon's hand, and look at, and he might be able to do it. He really might. If the match stops, I'm telling you, it starts to swing in Hermes' favor every second that thing goes on. So, yeah, thanks, Martin. You could be right. You could have your very first Italian World Open champion in Hermes Gasparini. Let's go, Hermes. Frantic. Devon Krusty Larratt, new name. Please, yes, let's get that thing going. Sideways. Are you considering 3-arm table time? 3 is, listen, 2 is plenty, buddy. 2 is plenty. Okay, so Morozov seems to be the heavy favorite. Interesting. Heavy favorite, 2/3 favorite. Coming from far away, he's got a long flight to Chicago. Long flight. Let's see if that affects him. I think it's going to be a good match. That's what I think. I think it's going to be a really good match. Really, really good one. There's a couple more matches I want to talk about. And then we'll wind this thing down. Okay. So let's cap that one. Morozov is your favorite. So this match, I like this match a lot. I'm gonna screw up the spelling. On this young champion. Right. Kurt. Let me see if I'm spelling that right. I don't want to screw it up. Reichert Boorman versus Wallace Dilly. Wallace. So here's a big match, guys. Here's a big match. Both of these guys are coming into the class at like a high level. Okay, so these guys are. I don't know their weights exactly. Wallace looks like a big guy. Again, I don't know the weight precise, but I'm going to guess he's in the vicinity of 300 plus. Looks like a big, strong ex-powerlifting dude who's made a very nice transition. Riker Boorman looks like he has a very, very big future in the sport, like a tremendous future. Riker Boorman, originally from South Africa, and he's training in Australia now, and I think he's 21. I think he's young. I think he's around that age, and strong, and just has all the pieces. It's a real good test for both of them. Both these guys are coming in, with ambition. I think both these guys have big ambitions of becoming like really legitimate champions. And I think that both of them look like they're going to be able to accomplish that. So to have these guys go against each other at this time in their career, we got a hot match. It's a nice match between the two of them. I'll be really hyped about this one. I think that it's just two really up and coming big stars of the sport. Yeah, a funny comment I just see right here. 1 million. Who do you think he is? Alizan? Yeah, that's like Alizan money right there. It's great. I love Alizan, man. I'm gonna cut to 115 to make sure I have a match with him just to capitalize. I gotta get paid, man. I gotta get paid that Alizan money. Okay, so Reichert off to an early start. Let me see. Dude, when is your documentary coming out, Tim Fricky? It's coming. Talking to Rory, and the work is being done. I think all the pieces are there, guys. I think we are. I don't really want to say, but I'd be optimistic that it comes out this year. I'd be really optimistic that it comes out this year. I think it's going to be fantastic. I don't even know what it's about. I know they filmed us for like 3 years plus, at least. Tons of footage. So I think it's going to be quite an interesting documentary. Amal Singh, what do you prefer? Heavyweight, 1 and 2 rep range, or less weight, high reps? I think both of them are really important. I think there's a time for both. I think when you're feeling really healthy and you want, and when I mean healthy, I mean that you're not beat up, then heavyweight is probably a good stimulus for the body. But I think if you have any kind of real damage that you're healing from and you want to train, lightweight is the way to go. So it's a balance of those two things. You can never really hurt yourself doing lightweight, so it's always good. Heavyweight, they tell you which way to go. They tell your body which way to go. Honest opinion, Levon versus Dennison is best. Who would win? I'm from Brazil. Some people here admire you a lot. Thank you. For me, it's not close. It's Levon all the way, and it's got nothing to do with me having like a personal dislike of Dennis. I just think Levon is like a completely different level. I think that he would dust him. Nicholas Estany, Dev, could you make videos about mindset? Love you. Yeah, I'll work on that. What do you think of Brian's progress so far? From John Tar. It seems like he still has problems staying tight, keeping his angles close, probably due to size. John Tar, he's doing amazing. Brian Shaw is on his way. He is doing so good. For a guy who just competed for the first time like 5 or 6 months ago, he is awesome. Technically, yep, he's a big dude. And I couldn't imagine, what it's like to go through. Like the table's tiny for him. I really think that they should make a bigger table. They should make a bigger table. Like he's too big for the arm wrestling table. That's what I think. They should make the table a little bit bigger dimensionally. If we're gonna start to have bigger and bigger athletes, we should look at upscaling slightly for different levels. We have kids tables. We have these different dimensions. They used to screw with the measurements way more in arm wrestling, like 100 years ago, before they had a formalized table. They were changing the measurements depending on the size of the guys. So I think that for the strongman events, maybe they should look at having a bigger table. But no, I think Brian's doing really, really good, and I think he's just going to keep on getting better and better, and until he's right up at the top. And I don't know. I don't think it's going to take long, guys. Really, I don't think it's going to take long for him to be very relevant on a national level, and then it's not going to take long before he's going to start, mixing it up internationally. Yeah, that's my honest belief. I think he's just a really, really talented athlete, mentally and physically, and I think he's dedicated to it. So, yeah. Could you beat Camille in left now the way you beat Jerry back in the day in WL, or do you think you need more time, or would the win look different? For sure, I'm better today than when I faced Camille, for sure. He's very good. Camille is right at the top of the left-hand division. This is going to be a really interesting test for me that's coming up on Saturday. So when I pull Alex, right, that's a guy who's ranked higher than Camille. I'm flattered that they gave me the match. I am jumping way up in the left-hand rankings. I'm ranked, I think, 11th. So them throwing me to number 4 is super, super awesome. If I can beat Alex, I should be able to beat Camille because I'm ranked higher. Doesn't always work that way. For sure, Camille's tough. Camille's real tough. I do look forward to arm wrestling him again. I don't know when that's going to be exactly, but I'm sure it is going to happen in the future. I personally wouldn't push for it either way. Well, if I won or lost for a bit, I would want to have that match later. But of course, I am looking forward to doing it again. He's real good. He's very good at what he does. TNA, did you surpass your Levon rematch pronation lift? TNA, I have not trained. No, I never did pass that. But I think that my Gennady form was better because I was lifting a weight that was just below that, but super easy, like really, really easy. And just the way that I was training, I wasn't really pushing the weights that much. I was doing much more table time. And the weight and the strength on the table, they're correlated, but depending on your training, it doesn't always mean that it's your best form. I think I had a much better form for Gennady than I did for Levon. So, but no, I think the most I did, I think was like 165 or maybe just slightly more than 165, somewhere around there. Okay, so Riker Boorman is your favorite. Not really surprisingly, the guy is really, really good. Really good. Might be like up and coming champion, like really like champion. Okay, let's hit. Okay, there's a bunch more matches. There's Paul Lynn, and Arson. There's Joseph and Ivan. There's Wagner. and Manuel. Let's do just one more of these. Okay. Oh, these are all great matches. I'm looking forward to all of them. But let's throw our hometown guy in. Let's do Paul and Arson. Okay, these guys are both mixing it up in that 95 kilo class. These guys are probably getting back up to close to the top. I think it's a great match, really. I think Paul's very professional in everything he does, and I give him the edge just there. Just I think he's got it down really good. Lyle, I'm gonna call you back, buddy. Yeah, call Lyle back. Let's see where we're at here. Piotr. What is better training machine? Under controlled position, for example, hook holding big weight, long time, simulating fight, or sparring partner 2 hands? What is better training machine under controlled position for? So I'm going to say that the sparring partner with 2 hands, in my opinion, if you got a good partner who can really be good to you, it's so important when you're doing 2-hand work, guys. Like a lot of people are probably starting to mess around with 2-hand work. Okay, so the time when you do 2-hand work, so say that I have a partner and they're not quite as strong as me. Okay, so I can do one-handed work with him. The way that we would have good one-handed work is I'd be very giving, very flowing. I would give him some position. I would play defense. I would allow him to access his best strength. So what that does, it keeps him safe, lets him go as hard as he can in good position. And for me, it kind of lets me work on my defense, and I'm safe there because I'm stronger and I can manage that. The converse is totally true. So if I have a weaker guy and if he's using 2 hands, now if him with 2 hands is still weaker than me, he can kind of do whatever he wants and I can still have that same relationship. The interesting thing is that's much more likely is that the guy with 2 hands then is the stronger guy. And so often the guy who's the weaker guy who now is stronger in 2 hands takes this opportunity to beat you. But that's not actually being a good training partner. A good training partner, if he's using 2 hands, will treat you the same way. He will let you get into your strong positions, allow you to access your best strength while holding you. Okay. And this is incredible training. Okay. And this is the way that a good partner is going to take care of a stronger guy with 2 hands. He's going to let him work, let him not just beat him, because that just getting beat in an arm wrestling match is it's tough to do it properly. Like it's tough to make that work for you. You can, if you've been doing it a long time, you can make it work, but it's harder. So yeah, and a machine, like, yes, you can work on specific angles, but I think that it's not really what's going on. Not really. And when you say hook holding, right away I have a problem. Hook is a great part of arm wrestling. It's a part, and I don't think it's typically the lead. Okay, but Jacques Dietlefs, would you ever consider coming to South Africa and pulling some of the top guys here? And you said that your family was from South Africa. Could you tell us more? Yeah, man. I'd love to come to South Africa. Beautiful, beautiful part of the world. Your politics are a bit scary sometimes, but yeah, I'd love to come. I'd love to go down there. So all I can tell you that I remember, I'd have to talk to my mom, but yeah, they fled the war. They fled the war in Germany, and they went there. And I think that they were there for probably 10 years or maybe a bit more. And they fled South Africa also because of the politics. They left. They left. And they came to Canada. I've seen a few pictures. They didn't talk about it much. My mother was young. My mother was left when she was a teenager, I believe. I think they were all in Canada by the time she was a late teenager. So maybe it was Pretoria. It wasn't Johannesburg. Maybe it was Pretoria. That makes more sense. Yeah, I'd love to go to South Africa. I love to travel the world. I love to meet different people. Cosmic punch, man. Get that cosmic punch in any way you can get it. And Paul is Paul's big favorite. Paul is the big favorite. The big favorite. No surprise. Paul is always the favorite. Man. Everybody loves Paul. Okay, we're gonna do one last one. One very, very last one. And left hand, number 4 in the world, Krdecha versus me. And this is a funny one, right? This is a funny one because it's so wild to me. I was with Coach Ray the other day, and he showed me the odds. The odds are massively on my side. ArmBet, same thing. I'm shocked, really. All the footage that we've ever had. Guys, traditionally, he has smoked me. Okay, left hand, it's not even a match. Okay, it hasn't even been a match. Left hand, when we get together, he drills me. And it'll take me like 4 or 5 minutes of constant pressure and staying on the table with him before the tide will shift. 4 or 5 minutes of constant pressure. But none of that happens in a match. So it's a little bit of a long shot for me, I believe. Now, I'm going to tell you, come fight day, I'm not showing up to lose. I'm going there to beat him. I'm going there to win. I'm going to do everything I can to achieve victory. I just think it's funny how I'm the favorite. It's funny. I appreciate the love, guys. I really do. It's touching. Jolene Clark, would you ever consider coming to Minnesota for a practice? Of course, Minnesota's not far. Minnesota, isn't that Chicago? Chicago's Minnesota, right? Chicago and Minnesota. I should know that right off the bat, but I think Chicago is Minnesota. I'm going to be in Minnesota. Well, it's Michigan. Where's Minnesota? Minnesota. You think I would know where Minnesota was? Okay, so it's just one over. Minneapolis. Just south of Winnipeg, just off of Superior. Yeah, that's not far. That's not far. Wisconsin, Iowa, North Dakota, South Dakota. Yeah, sure. I'd love to come to Minnesota. Love that. Our daughter is wheelchair bound and loves watching you with us. Cool. Well, wheelchair athletes, arm wrestling is a great sport for a wheelchair athlete. Wheelchair athlete can arm wrestle their whole life, and they can be. I have seen people in wheelchairs learn how to walk because of arm wrestling. I've seen them be able to start to stand at the table. And anyways, yeah, of course. Would be incredible to get her to grip up with you and Jody. She's only 14. We'll wish her the best of luck. Yeah, get her everything she needs. Get her a pulley system. Yeah, get her a pulley system. Get her something she can work her stuff. Hopefully there's a good group. You guys can train with her. Yeah, get her pulling every day. She's 14. She can pull every day. Yeah. And get the school to start her up a arm wrestling club. We got arm wrestling clubs all over here in Canada and Ontario. We got lots of clubs going on. Should do the same thing. It's great for kids. So yeah, I plan on, as I age, I just want to travel all over and just arm wrestle all around the world. It's kind of what I want to do. So, well, guys, so this has been the preview mostly of the event. And remember, there's Friday night as well. There's I think they're running the tournament on Friday. So it's open for anybody. You want to go to Chicago, you want to compete, come get in there. I don't know what happens to the guys who win. I think they're the undercard matches the next day. Eric, the hour lifter. Yo, Dev, here's $5 for a sushi roll and a few oranges. Thanks, buddy. Thoughts about pulling like Vresh, gripping low and a full hand top roll, my style. Yeah, that's ballsy move. That's like dad moving. Vresh is like a full out dad's mover. I don't know how he does it. That is a pretty dominant style. Yeah, but you're a power lifter, so yeah, no big surprise. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Anyways, look forward to seeing y'all. Look forward to competing from here on in. It's just a little bit of stretching, pack my bags, maybe paint a picture or two, go for walks at night, and then look at this guy, Doom Guy, getting memberships for the guys. I gotta get on the membership side more. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for spending some time with me today. Thanks for thinking about arm wrestling and thinking about East versus West in Chicago with me. I will be summoning the strength from everyone I've touched and hammering it into Kardetcha in 1 week's time. 1 week from now, it'll all be over. It'll all be the after party. Appreciate all of you. All the best. Enjoy your weekends. Thank you so much, everybody.